First things first, we actually had something with technology, but it doesn't really work here because the Wi-Fi is a little annoying. So we did have some dialogue, but I will be reenacting it what the app will really say.
So with that said, welcome to a presentation. Well, we wanted to, instead of introducing ourselves, we want to let our project introduce us to you. So I think you will do that now.
I have the actual dialogue here, so you know exactly what she would say. Hello everyone, my name is Athena. I was created by Riley Boer, Anouk de Loof and Jens from Overbeek. I was created for a school project named the Youth Music Challenge to help people search for music more easily.
So with that said, first thing first, how did we come up with this idea? First things, At school, we asked people if they had any problems with the devices they were using. The first problem they were having was compatibility. A lot of people have old devices, so they can't, so they aren't compatible with the newer devices. Then remembering old songs.
Okay, a lot of people find it really, well, not saddening, but find that it's a shame that you sometimes music gets forgotten because people don't know the lyrics anymore, don't know the title anymore, so they can't find the song, so they can listen to it if they want to. And our solution was that there will be kind of a conversation between our app and the user, so that it will be easier to find music, not just based on lyrics and title, but more based on just information about the song.
Then, lastly, we had the problem with portability. A lot of devices now are stationary, so you can bring them with you.
So after these problems, we started brainstorming. We came up with an idea called they're glasses called Vocals by North. So they actually exist. They look like real glasses, but they are not. They have a little projector in the side of the glasses that projects like time or temperature into the glasses, which reflects onto your eye, so only you can see it. So we wanted to make some kind of program that you can see the music in your eye, but you have to do a dialogue with the glasses itself called Athena, our project. So we could make it hands-free, so you don't have to take your phone out to search the music. Well, why did we call it Athena actually? Well, Athena is the Greek goddess of wisdom. She is seen as a source for good answers on all of your questions. So just like the conversation we're about to have, you can ask an unlimited amount of questions to get to the answer you actually want. Now Anouk will show how the source works.
Yes, I will explain the system Athena uses. Athena, as I said, uses a system where she asks questions, so about the origins of the song, what year the song was made in, and what you know the song from. And with that, she can find out what song you want. It is kind of the same system that a game called Akinator uses, and that is a game that uses questions to find out which character or person you mean. And we thought it was really handy to just use the same system because it is very efficient and handy. But we can now we would actually do a test right now. I had scripted something, but as I said, we can't do it, so I'm gonna reenact the conversation for you. Okay, so for the first question, what country is the song from? The song is from America. Okay, next question. What style is the song? Well, it's pop music. Okay, now for the last question. What do you know the song from? Well, the song is from a series called Friends. I think you're looking for the song I'll Be There For You by the Rembrandts. It is used as an intro for Friends, a popular sitcom about a few friends that live together. That was the end of our presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Isn't this the same like Alexa and Siri?
Well, yes, it is kind of the same, but it's not really because Alexa only asks one question and doesn't really go further than that, and you can only find music when you know parts of the lyrics or the title of the song.
Okay, thank you.
What if Athena gives you the one song?
Well, if she gives you the song, you can request for her to play the song, or you can search for the song yourself and just put it in your playlist if you want to.
All right.
Thank you very much for this presentation. That's quite impressive, and I would say that's very. I would say that's very what we're trying to do in Spotify or in Deezer. So it's very impressive that you're pretty aligned with what we'd like to do, because it's not easy. So if I may have maybe a small technical question, would be how would you deal with either people struggling at answering the question, or even giving wrong answer because they don't know, because you said it's where is the song from? Maybe if you're not from America or England, you may say it's England while it's America, or the other way around.
Well, there's always an option to say that you don't know the answer to the question, so that prevents the wrong answers from being given. And there are a lot of questions, so we can also put in there that you can do a little bit of the melody, so that the app can recognize and also find it that way.
This is incredibly cool. I know this is not a technical thing, but are those screenshots actually things that you are working on?
Yes, that is Dialogflow. That's where I actually programmed it with. It is the program that is used for the Google Home and also for Alexa.
So we at Spotify have literally teams of people working on this exact problem, and this looks more promising. So
Thank you.
Yeah, and I would like to say you really address a problem that used to not exist, because we used to have CDs, and when you don't know the music anymore, you walk to your closet and you find the CD. So this is a new problem which is introduced with the new technology, and I really like that you're looking for a problem with a new user interface. So thank you.
Sorry, I just wanted to disagree with that. It's not a new problem at all. It's just, yeah, the technology has moved on. But I've sort of been in music information retrieval for a bit too long, more than 20 years now. And back in the day, I was collecting queries, and they were very much like the kind of problem that you were talking about. And one that I used to show in the slides was a text-based query of someone saying, there's this piece of music. I think it's from an opera, and I'll try to describe how it goes in this Usenet forum. It goes da 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 da, and we figured out what it was. It was Carmina Burana. But people have been having this sort of problem. They hear some music in the environment that's happened well before CDs, because they hear things on television, and you're addressing it. And I think we're starting to get to the point where it might actually be doable, because we've got so much data out there on the internet that we can make use of to get that contextual information. So, fantastic.
Thank you very much. There was an area of research in this field, it might still exist, but maybe it went out of fashion a bit, called query by humming, and it's a bit like what was just suggested, but it doesn't work without other information, because if we take the Friends example, like da 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 da, like this is quite bad singing, and it would return hundreds of possible answers, but I think it might be a nice addition to your service that once you have, let's say 10 to 20 answers, a query by humming might actually finish it off nicely.
Yeah, I really like it that you actually already started looking at how that did, and looking at are the things already there that we can use, right? So that bringing it to execution possibilities. So that's really cool. Well, me gathering lots of data all the time. There's a CD GOG about all having information about the times and dates and makers of all the audio and stuff like that. And releases of all the songs, etc. So that information is already public available, downloadable, so it can be integrated. Indeed, if you say, for example, I listened to this at high school, right? And you know the age of the person, you can actually look up at what moment in time it was created. So it's really, really cool that you think of that type of questions, and I think it's really it's possible to do.
What I was wondering if you also have thought about how you are going to get the information that is providing the answers for the system. So, what kind of sources would you like to get the information from?
Well, we were thinking about using Wikipedia for the titles of the songs. For the songs itself.
And also for some of the information that is there, so the date of release, the date it was popular could also be handy, and other important information. And of course, Wikipedia doesn't have everything, so I think it would be the best to take it from multiple sources to make sure that everything is correct and complete.
Thank you.
And we're back.
Hey, so can you hear me all right?
Yeah, there's a bit of a hum.
I'm not humming, so it's just it's the background.
I think it's Friends.
So I actually work on Siri music, and I think one of the challenges that we have is, even though there is this massive, we just know so much, right, about all these catalogs and have all these information sources. There's this sad reality that people aren't going to stick around if you keep asking questions and have these really highly structured interactions. It's pretty bad. People just don't stay around. And I think I challenge you to figure out sort of how you can get the same, approach the same goal, but with a less rigid structure. And I don't know what the answer to that is personally. It's not like a hidden question, but I would definitely put that challenge to you to figure out, and then that would be a real area of innovation. Also, a small shout out to Spotify for adopting Siri Get Media Intense in iOS 13. It's pretty awesome.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not more about a question, but it's like a suggestion, because Spotify maybe is working already on this, but why don't you borrow the idea of making quizzes from the other project and having a complete system? And then actually after, like Athena had given you a couple of questions and still doesn't know the answer, maybe you can send this to another user, and then the user actually can answer the question and give you the right song. And then they can get points for this, and then, yeah.
Give them a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. A great presentation. You were a great Athena, Anouk. The next team, Jonas.